Hi everyone, it's Chris. Welcome to my parlour, and today I have another pick a card for you. And this pick a card is because I'm missing a friend. I haven't heard from them in quite a while, and I was wondering how they are. Things have happened that concern them, as it concerns me. So I'm wondering if I should contact them at the last known address, but I don't know if they're still around. Oh my goodness, it's a bit of a conundrum for me. So I thought perhaps some of you too might be missing someone you haven't had contact with for a while, and you wonder how they are, how they're coping, what they're thinking, feeling and doing. So I thought, why not do a card draw for you today to indicate what they are thinking about. We have 1, 2 or 3, and they're my cat decks because cats are curious, and we are curious about our friends, aren't we? Especially if we haven't spoken with them for quite some time and you're wondering how they are. So I'm going to pour a cup of tea to get the energy flowing. And you have the choice of 1, 2 or 3. Whatever you think might be relevant to you and the friend that you're thinking about at the moment, in whatever relationship you have with that person, is relevant to you. So 1, 2 or 3. I'll give you a few moments to decide, and then you can choose the one that relates to you. Okay? Number 1. What am I saying 2 for? Because it's 2. It's the timing is number 2. So number 1, what is happening for you and your friend that you're considering at the moment, you're thinking about? What are they thinking and feeling and doing? Well, let's find out what their aura has to tell us, because our aura changes with our circumstances. It's a basic colour that we are born with. Our soul is a basic soul colour is with us all the time, but it changes with the environment, with circumstances. So what is their aura telling us at the moment? Your friend you haven't seen for a while. What is happening for them? What is their aura telling me? Number 1, please. The person number 1 is thinking about. And auras, of course, are public property. We can't always control what our aura is telling others, especially those who are able to see our auras. We sort of have a difficulty in hiding that, so it's virtually public property. So I'm not invading anyone's space here. So whatever comes through about your friend, it's because they are allowing me to access their information. So let's have a look and see. But auras are public property, virtually. Most of us haven't got control over what our aura does. So their aura at the moment is telling me it's the sacral chakra, which is one up from the base chakra. It's the engine that drives our souls. It's the engine, and it's quite vibrant at the moment. It's expanding. They've come up through the base chakra and they're expanding up through the chakras, because there's 7 chakras, main chakras of our body, and the sacral is the engine, and it's in full throttle. They are expanding. It's like the sun is rising for them, warming up their enthusiasm, their motivation. I'm sensing they had been in a bit of a slump for a time, because it's still stirring through here. So things are starting to stir, and they're starting to, it's like they were hibernating in some respects, and now they are starting to move forward. They're wanting to move forward. Whatever stalled them, whatever caused them to hibernate, I don't know. Let's find out what's happening with them, shall we? Whatever they let me in on. For number one, who are they thinking about? Please allow me to access some information that you're willing to provide to me, please. Some Reiki would help them. I'm sensing they could do with some Reiki or some energy healing through here, because they are excited about something, but I don't know whether it's excitement because they're excited or because they're just starting to emerge. So I think some Reiki or some energetic healing could help them, actually calm them down a little bit, because I think they're over energized. They're really working on something. They want something to happen, and they're sort of maybe even forcing the issue here, because they've just been out for quite a while, and they're getting back into the stream of things, perhaps. Or there's a new project they're working on. They want to get out there and mingle with others. But let's have a look and see what they're thinking and feeling and doing. Thinking, feeling and doing. So what they're thinking about. They're definitely thinking about something. And they're definitely wanting to learn something. Their mind is really active on finding information, of finding the right path, of where to go, where to utilize their skills here. They're really wanting to get out and about. They're thinking about a lot of things. They haven't put it into action yet because they're still in the thinking process, but they're definitely wanting to get out there and do something. They're planning something very important for them. So they're doing okay. They're doing okay, and I wouldn't worry about them. But a bit of energy healing would be good so they can solidify what they're thinking, what they're feeling at the moment. They're feeling quite confident, actually. The Eight of Pentacles indicates a time of work, of study, of putting things into perspective on a very basic level here. But they're very smart, and they know exactly what they want to do because they've been thinking about it a lot. And it could be to do with work. It could be to do with the practical side of life, of earning money. They could be studying to increase their skills, but they're very busy thought-wise. So they may not know that others are thinking of them or wanting to know a bit more about them because they're just so busy thinking about what they need to do, what they need to learn, what they need to put into practice. So they may forget to contact people. So they're in a place definitely in their mind at the moment, and they're occupied. So they may have forgotten, not that they don't want to contact you or anybody else, but their priorities are on increasing their skills and perhaps changing jobs or doing something else like that. They're in the middle of study, perhaps. They lost track of time. But they're very clever, and I just get this very intelligent person who knows what's what. What are they going to be doing? The Two of Wands. They've got plans. They've definitely got plans. they feel as though they're holding the world in their hands and they're ready to move. They'll be ready to move very soon because they know where they want to go, because they've been so busy putting all that into a plan of action. So eventually they are going to be acting on something very important to them, and are hoping they will contact you, or you can then contact them, because they'll be out there doing what is necessary to continue with whatever it is that they are doing at the moment. So perhaps, hopefully, they will soon be able to remember to contact people, those of importance around them. So perhaps, but they're doing quite well. They're doing quite well, so you don't need to worry about them in any kind of aspect. Thank you. Number 1. Number 2, if you chose number 2, let's find out what might be happening for you and the person you're thinking about. What's happening with them? What are they thinking, feeling and doing? Let's have a look at their aura. We are all souls with one identifying colour that belongs to us, belongs to our soul. But our human form, that aura changes colour due to circumstances and emotions and things like that, and the people around us. It's also too virtually public property, because not all of us are capable of having control over what our aura does, whether it shines brightly or contracts or what have you. So if people can read auras, they are public property virtually. So whoever your person is, they're allowing me access to their aura at least, and I have access to that regardless. But I'm hoping they will also let me in on some of their thoughts and feelings at the moment, to pass it on to you, since you are concerned about them. Perhaps you're thinking of them. Let's have a look and see what their aura is doing, and hopefully I can get the information for you, because that is virtually, I need to ask permission for that, to find out a bit more about them. But let's have a look at their aura. Aura for number 2's person, please. Ooh, crown and the throat chakra. The crown is quite predominant here, but the throat is bubbling. They're very intuitive, very open to messages, and they'll soon be communicating with you, or you'll be able to communicate with them. They've heard your call. They know that you're concerned about them. You might get a communication of some sort coming through here very soon. That's the crown and the throat chakra. They talk a lot. When you had contact with them, physically contact with them, did they talk a lot? Or did they think a lot? They're thinking a lot now, but it's all intermingling here, and there's a lot of messages here that will be revealed to you in their time, in the time that they have chosen to reveal them to you. So wait on some communication. But at the moment, let's think about what they are thinking, feeling and doing at the moment, so you can be rest assured they're okay. Number 2's person, please. Can I have access to some information, whatever you're willing to give me, so I can pass that information on to number 2, please, the person that's thinking of you. they're thinking, feeling and doing, please. Thinking. The King of Swords. There's a lot going on, a lot of turbulence here. But they have been able to let go of some of that, all that turbulence. So their mind is still whirring and it's still churning, but they're able to put themselves above that. So they're thinking a lot at the moment, deeply, deeply, deeply. I can't explain how deep they are thinking at the moment. There's a lot of ideas going around in their head, a lot of the past, the present, the future, all intermingling and trying to get their attention. So they're trying to put themselves above that at the moment. They're trying not to think too much because that's overstimulating them. But they're trying their best to clear their thoughts so they can then analyse their next move. So they're in the process of clearing their thoughts so they can know what to do, what they're feeling. There's been a lot of secrets around them, a lot of stuff that they haven't been able to process. The people perhaps have overrun them. Does that make sense? Other people and their ideas, because the little mice here, they are very much in control here, and the cat feels as though that it's unable to do anything, unable to move, because the secrets here are being overwhelming. The Seven of Swords indicates more information needed and how to calm and how to learn about the secrets that others have. Does that make sense? There's a second opinion needed here too, of some sort, because the mice are overrunning the place, and your friend feels as though that's why they're thinking so much, and they're trying not to overthink things, but they know that they need to because they feel overwhelmed by what other people are doing, and what other people are doing they don't know about. As we talk about, sometimes you can control yourself, but you can't control others, and that's what your friend is thinking about at the moment. They can't control what other people are doing, and other people are not being as honest and open as they want to be. So they're feeling a bit overwhelmed with the responsibility of things. What can they do about it? The only way they can only balance and work out their priorities. They're trying not to overthink things. They're trying to prioritise their life at the moment. So you may not hear from them for a while, but when they do, they may not make sense because they're trying to analyse their priorities here at the moment. Work, play, themselves. There's a lot to work on. There's a lot to understand, especially when other people are in a position of knowing more than they do. So they may contact you to clarify things, or they may need you to understand that they are. It's sort of a push-pull. They want help, but they don't want it. Does that make sense? So they may want your help, but may not know how to ask for it. So if you want to take a chance and see if you can contact them, and see what happens, not offering advice or things like that, but just to listen. I think that's what they need at the moment, someone to listen to them and to help them balance what's happening in their life. So they may or may not appreciate that, but you never know. So it's up to you what you want to do, but I think they may need your help. So thank you, number 2. Number 3, if you chose this deck for your answer about the person you are thinking of and you have lost contact with. Let's find out what their aura is doing. Most people cannot control how their aura appears to those that can read them, and they're virtually public domain auras, so I can do that quite readily and without feeling as though I'm intruding on your friend's space. But when it comes to their thoughts and feelings, I'm going to have to ask permission because that is their personal property. So I'm hoping they'll be able to respond to me. So I'm just going to see what their aura is doing first. We all have a soul, and each soul of ours is one colour, and it's the one colour that takes us through all of our lifetimes. But our auras do change in a physical form, in a human form, due to circumstances and emotions and activity, etc. So let's find out what their aura is doing. For number 3's person, please. Can I see what their aura is doing? Can I see what their aura is doing, please? Whatever information I can receive, I'll be truly grateful to pass on to number 3. Green of the heart chakra, the purple of the crown chakra, and they're expanding. It's like the sun is rising for them. Through this card, this is quite a happy card actually. I'm feeling quite confident to say that this person has been through the ringer but is feeling quite confident in the future and is expanding a great deal, and it's reached the heart, and the heart chakra is the middle of our main chakras, our body chakras, in my opinion. And if heart is in something, if your chakra is working through the heart chakra, it's an emotional expansion for them, because the chakras can run from the top to the heart and from the base to the heart. And once that happens and the heart expands, there's an emotional connection here, an emotional fulfillment here, an emotional need to clarify something on an emotional level. I'm sensing here they've thought about this a lot. They've opened up themselves to being open to the universe, and they're starting to expand, and their heart is open to investigation, as it were. Does that make a sense to you at the moment? They're opening up their heart to something or someone. And I'm feeling that they're very confident in what happens here. They may not be 100% happy. They're not laughing and carrying on like a proverbial crazy person with enthusiasm, but they have potential here, and they're feeling the potential of something very important. Does that make sense to you today? Okay, let's find out what they're thinking, feeling and doing, which again is trying to open up my connection with them. I'm a Reiki 2 practitioner, so I can go into the past, present and future. So let's find out what might be happening for your person. Number 3. So number 3's person, please. Will you allow me to ascertain your thoughts, feelings and actions at the moment, please? Just the barest minimum would be fine. Whatever you're comfortable with. Whatever you're comfortable with sharing. Number 3 would be truly grateful. 1, 2, 3. The Trinity comes through here. Mind, body, soul. They've been through the ringer, but they've come out feeling okay. They've done a lot of work on themselves, spiritually, emotionally, mentally. They're ready to chance again. They're ready to open up the heart. Thoughts, feelings, actions, thoughts. Yeah, they've been through the ringer, haven't they? They've been through the ringer. They've had their heart broken more times than I think they want to admit. But they're ready to trust and to chance that again. But they've been through the ringer, as I mentioned before. They're oh my God, chills, because some people have so much sorrow in their lives, more than any one person can imagine. And for some, that is quite overwhelming, and it can deaden us or deaden them to any future happiness. But your person has decided that the past is the past. What's happened is been learnt from, it's been forgiven, it's been churned over and over and over, and they are willing to try again. Because they know that their fulfillment is on its way. Fulfillment is on its way. True love, true happiness, true contentment, true success, whatever they're wanting, whatever's broken their heart, they can see the potential of new life, of new beginnings. They're making a wish here. What are they going to do about it? They're going to try again. And this time they're going to be successful. They feel as though they're going to reach the pinnacle here, the pinnacle of success, the pinnacle of happiness. This time is the time for them. This time is the time for them. They have the Ten of Pentacles here, the Ten of Coins, which indicates success for hard work, success for all the heartbreak, and they are willing to open their heart one more time. So they're doing okay. You don't need to concern yourself with their well-being, because they're doing okay, and they are looking forward to the future. And whoever that might include, I don't know who that might include, but they're looking forward to the future. They feel as though their hard work has been worth it. They've worked on themselves, they've worked on the past, now they're looking forward to the future. So you don't need to worry about them. Does that make sense to you today? Number 3. Thank you. So thank you everyone for joining me today. I hope that was interesting for you and helped you to understand where your person is at the moment and how they are feeling, and that whether or not you need to concern yourselves with them. I think they're doing all are doing well. So thank you very much, and until next time, so many blessings.